What's going on, guys? Eric here again with another informational video. Now, right now, I want to go over one of the most popular supplements they have on the market right now, and that's going to be creatine. Now, creatine, I really like, guys, because it has over 700 plus human clinical trials on both children and also adults, proving benefits for both health and also athleticism as well. Now, creatine, yes, you can get it from red meat, but you're gonna get 5 grams for every 1 kilogram of uncooked red meat. Now, that's a lot of uncooked red meat you'll have to eat, guys, in order to get the true benefits. So that's where supplementation really comes into play. You need to actually supplement with creatine in order to saturate the muscle cells full of creatine so you can actually get all the benefits that it provides. Now, before we move on, I want to talk about what ATP is. Now, ATP, I want y'all to think about as the energy currency system.
Can I give you kids going?
Yeah, of course. I'm recording right now. You're going to sleep? All right, guys, now where was I? Oh, yeah. So I want you guys to think of ATP as the body's energy currency that we use in order to do specific movements. Now, currently, guys, there's 3 different ways that our bodies make ATP, which is going to be the aerobic energy system, the anaerobic energy system, and the phosphagen energy system. That third one we are interested in the most because that's the energy system that we're dipping into the most, guys, in order to do specific movements. Because if you are a lifter, a power lifter, a bodybuilder, a CrossFit athlete, you play football, any type of movement that requires you to be explosive between 8 and 10 seconds, you're going to be dipping into the phosphagen system using phosphocreatine as fuel to create ATP. So that's why we like the phosphagen system the most, and creatine is really going to help out with that energy production system. 95% of it is actually held within the muscle tissue, where 5%, the other 5% being held in our brain, our liver, and also our kidneys. Supplementing with creatine helps create more phosphocreatine within the muscle, which is going to help more production of that high energy molecular molecule ATP, which in turn is going to give us energy and athletic benefits such as more power output, more movement explosiveness, and also more workload, more work capacity, and work volume, which in turn is going to help increase our muscle strength, but also our muscle hypertrophy. So yes, taking creatine, you will get gains in both strength and also muscle size. All right, guys, now moving on to the creatine that I'm currently using, which is going to be creatine hydrochloride. Now, I know that I'm going to upset all the super hardcore creatine monohydrate fans out there. And yes, I agree with you. It's a good creatine and it's been around the longest. But my issue is not the effectiveness of creatine monohydrate, but the absorption rate inside of the body with creatine monohydrate. You see, for anyone that's out there, if you ever look in the back of a creatine monohydrate bottle, it'll actually tell you, the instructions will tell you to take 5, 10, 15, 20 grams of creatine for a couple of weeks in order for your body to saturate the creatine enough in the muscle cells. Why? Because creatine monohydrate sucks at absorbing. When you do this loading phase, it's going to cause a whole bunch of issues, but mainly stomach problems. Reason being is because since creatine monohydrate is so hard to absorb, some of it actually gets stuck in the intestines, still pulling in water. Okay, when you have water pulling straight to your intestines that much, it's going to cause massive diarrhea, and nobody wants to have massive diarrhea while they're training. Okay, it's embarrassing. Don't do it. But creatine hydrochloride is actually really cool. It's actually kind of a cool story because creatine hydrochloride was actually found on accident looking to make creatine ethyl ester. They attached the HCl, their hydrochloride bonded with the creatine, and it makes it a lot more absorbable to the body. That's why it's in a smaller dose. The dose you'll usually see with creatine hydrochloride is anywhere between 750 milligrams up to 4 grams, okay? It's a smaller dose. Why? Because it absorbs so much better, rendering that whole loading phase completely useless. So you don't have to load your body up full of creatine just to absorb it anymore. You can take creatine hydrochloride as it is, and it will saturate the muscle cells full of phosphocreatine. So creatine HCL, guys, is one of my personal favorite ones. There are a lot of different types of creatine out there, guys. Creatine ethyl ester, crealkaline, creatine hydrochloride, creatine magna power. The list goes on, and none of them are bad. just my personal favorite in my own personal experience is that creatine hydrochloride is my personal favorite type of creatine to get all the benefits, but with 0 side effects. So if you guys see it, guys, definitely pick one up. I know my top 3 creatines right now that I'm taking, or I cycle between the 3, are gonna be creatine hydrochloride by Concrete. You have the creatine hydrochloride by GNC, the AMP creatine, and you're also gonna have my personal favorite, which is Ghost Size right here. And it's super awesome, guys. You guys are really gonna like that one. So anyway, guys, oh yeah, and one last thing. When should you take your creatine? Honestly, you could take your creatine before training, but there are studies that show that taking creatine post-workout actually makes it absorb a whole lot better. So pre-workout, post-workout, it really shouldn't matter a whole lot, but if you're all about technicality and following science like I am, I don't want to waste my product. So I always take my creatine post-workout to ensure that I'm absorbing the most of it. That's what I do, guys. You don't have to do it that way, but that's just my personal suggestion. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this information to be very, very helpful. If you guys have any other questions, just inbox me either under the video on YouTube. You could drop a message below. You can inbox me on Facebook or on Instagram. And just like always, guys, don't forget to smash that like button to your bottom left, share, and comment below. And I will see you guys later.